Once again, welcome back to the program. एक ऐसी सीरीज शुरू की थी ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਸਕੀਏ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜ ਸਕੀਏ ਕਿ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਅਸਲ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਹੈ। ਇਸ 21ਵੀਂ ਸਦੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਲੌਜਿਕ ਨਾਲ ਜੇਕਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਾਂਗੇ, ਦੱਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਡਿਸਟੋਰਸ਼ਨਸ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, इसी ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ। What is the significance of religion in the 21st century and how we need to understand the basic concept of religion and how we are to involve our youth? That's what our focus is in this particular series. So let's welcome Dr. Harbans Singh Kandola in today's program. ਜੀ ਅਨੂ ਜੀ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜੀ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ started this series is the meaning of religion in 21st century.
ਜੀ।
And last episode we decided, we started discussing the concept of God, its purpose and its relevance to our daily life.
Right.
Before we come to that topic, Harpreet ji, I want to take a couple minutes to talk about a common question people ask me, some confusion regarding the interpretation of Gurbani.
Okay.
I think it's very important to we clarify that point.
Ji.
Like Sikh scholars and preachers, Harpreet ji, interpret spiritual philosophy of Sri Guru Granth Sahib their own ways, with their own understanding.
Right.
Right. And one day the Sangat says, like one day somebody comes and says one thing, and the other day somebody comes says a
Something
different
else,
thing.
yeah.
And Sangat gets confusion which one is correct and which one they should believe.
Right.
Unless they clarify that condition, confusion, they cannot move forward.
Yeah.
You know, what is correct? And then
Right.
they can follow that and move forward.
Ji.
Harpreet ji, everyone we know has the right to opinion. As a Sangat, I would say, this is what, as a Sangat, I would do.
Ji.
Okay, what is being told, what is being preached, what it means. And we go to Gurdwara, Harpreet ji, to do all these religious practices, dharm de jehde kam karte hain. What? To be a good Sikh,
Yeah.
to be a good human, and find meaning of life.
Right.
Right? And live so that we can live in peace, happiness, khushiyan khediyan da jeevan ਅਸੀਂ ਬਤਾ ਸਕੀਏ. This is the purpose.
Right.
Why we do all these things,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
This is the meaning. And now Sangat, as a Sangat, we have to now decide what is preached in the Gurdwara. How is this interpretation guide me? How this interpretation is helping me? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਜੀਵਨ ਸੇਧ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਸਕੀਏ। So how is that guiding? How we become a Satyara? That is the bottom line. I think Harpreet ji, Sangat can at least decide that.
Oh yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They should be able to decide that. How is this helping me?
Very true.
To become a Satyara?
Absolutely.
How is this helping me to guide me become a good human being?
Very true, Dr. Sir, because right now, as we always say, that there is no dearth of the prachar which is being done.
Exactly.
But rather more confusion is evident now instead of that clarity what you are
Clarity,
talking.
yes.
Because earlier people didn't have these means, but they were clear about something.
Exactly.
Whether it was right or wrong, that's a separate issue. But now, as you very rightly said, one person comes and says something else, the other person comes and says something else. And a common Sikh, gets in more confusion rather than that clarity.
But the Sikh should look into that.
Oh, yes.
Okay, how is that?
Right.
So that is why, Harpreet ji, I now, I am interested in discussing Gurbani, Harpreet ji, not just at an academic and an intellectual level.
Right.
And I want to discuss Gurbani at a spiritual level.
At the common person's level.
As a
basically.
common person,
Right.
spiritual level,
Yeah.
which is relevant to my daily life.
Absolutely.
I can discuss on an academic level for 1 hour,
Oh, yeah.
which has no relevance to my daily life.
Right.
So I like to discuss Gurbani on a more like a spiritual level,
Right.
so that it's relevant. The listener can get something and apply that in daily life.
Right.
Harpreet ji, I am saying this again and again because the divine message, the truth of visionaries, the reformers, the prophets, as we discuss, has been misunderstood, distorted in every religion, which has a very little or no relevance to our daily life. And I will talk here, Harpreet, some shocking and mind-boggling examples which is going on in the 21st century.
जी
Now let us discuss how this is distorted
Right.
and how it has become irrelevant to the human's daily life.
जी
Now, here's some examples going on in the 21st century. Some believe, Harpreet, the hurricane which came in U.S. state a few years back was a deserved punishment by God.
right
It was a deserved punishment because some people violated some rules established by the Christian clergy, like accepting the gay and lesbians. That is why they
God
were
has punished.
punished by God.
right
Okay. And the worst part of that, Harpreet, is do not matter how much evidence, how much facts, how much rationales you offer, this is not so, they continue saying we believe what we believe.
right
You know, they're just exploiting this. And now, some impose a death penalty if you married out of our own religion.
right
Okay. And some interpret the philosophy that women has no right, they are your property, and they can be used in, all that
Yeah.
ways. And some label you as a so low and you are untouchable.
right
This is the interpretation, and they are doing that. Yeah, a distortion. This is the distortion. We're talking about how the truth has been distorted into these kind of things.
Ji.
And some believe that go out, kill some men, women, and children, and you go to Garden of Paradise.
that's right
This is the
in the
distortion.
name
we
of
hear
religion
that.
yes yeah
And all say religious faith has preached must be respected no matter what. Don't question it. It's a sacred.
right
This is our belief system. And some Sikhs, now here is our sad story. Some Sikhs say, read a certain shabd, repeat it so many times, and it'll cure your cancer.
right
Right? And then some says, Guru, tell the stories in the Gurdwaras that a woman went to Guru Sahib and his son dead, and the Guru raised that dead son into
Right.
alive. And there's the interpretation, Harpreet. There's an invisible God in sky, and watch and document everything we do in this life. And then if we do bad things, they throw us in the hellfire, burn there, beat us like with the iron rods, and choke in the smoke and cry, scream until the end. But that God loves you. Now, Harpreet, in the 21st society,
Ji.
we need to understand these are human created belief systems. These are distortion and a wrong interpretation belief systems created by humans, because these are human creations.
Ji.
Human creations can be changed.
right
These are human creations. Human creation can be changed if these are not guiding us to live in peace and harmony.
Ji.
It is not the truth. The only way as a society we can create world peace, harmony, respect, human dignity in the world is to walk away from these kind of distortions
Ji.
and walk away from these kind of interpretation. And now is this, I may, Harpreet here, I may sound a little bit critical, but the truth is we need to walk beyond these interpretations. We need to walk beyond these belief systems
right
for the search of truth. Rediscovers the truth, as you mentioned in the beginning, our prophets and visionaries gave us.
Ji.
And that's where we are trying to do that. So we go back to our
Original
the topic of the concept of God.
Ji.
The last week we discussed very important aspect of what is God, the
Yeah.
concept of God. I think understanding this concept will change the meaning of religion.
Right.
We need to understand that. We discussed, Harpreet, that God, the religion, is a human creation to serve human needs.
जी
When we read the religious history, the creation of God, religion, is a human worship. The human's worship is the result of, is a human creation, and it is the result of human fear, ignorance of the cosmic laws and laws of nature.
right
And only, we know that only humans have the fear of death.
right
Animals don't have, therefore
Yeah.
animals have no religion. Okay, the fear of natural calamities, fear of unknown in life problems, ignorance of the laws of nature, and in fact, Harpreet, it's true today that it is fear and ignorance
right
that people do all these worthless religious practices, rituals, superstitious beliefs, and they go to astrologers and they come bam ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਨਾ,
Right.
this is out of
Ignorance
ignorance
and,
the fear.
Absolutely. That's very true, and that is what the gurus try to take out of this ignorance. We'll go for a small break, come back, and then we'll continue with the discussion.
Thank you.
ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਜੋ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਕਸਦ ਕੀ ਹੈ 21ਵੀਂ ਸਦੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲਸ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਰੋਜ਼ਮਰਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਰੈਲੇਵੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਧਰਮ ਫਿਰ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਕਰਮ ਕਾਂਡ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਏ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਸੈਰੇਮਨੀਜ਼ ਰਿਚੁਅਲਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਜੇਕਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਸੇ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਵੱਧ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਸਮਾਜ ਦਾ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਖੇੜੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਧਰਮ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਚੰਗੀ ਜੀਵਨ ਜਾਚ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਗ੍ਰੰਥਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਚੇਂਜ ਲਿਆ ਸਕੀਏ ਮਿਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਫੇਅਰ ਤੇ ਇਗਨੋਰੈਂਸ ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਡਰ ਅਤੇ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਈ ਐਸੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਸਹੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਸਮਝ ਸਕੀਏ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋੜ ਸਕੀਏ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਇਸ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਹਨ ਪਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ਰ ਦੀ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰ ਸਕੋ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਦੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇ ਸਕੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਡਿਸੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਟੀਕਲ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਆਰਆਰਐਸਪੀ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਲਈ ਕੁਲਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਕੌਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਰਸਨਲਾਈਜ਼ਡ ਨੋ ਆਬਲੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਸਲਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਡਿਜਾਰਡਨ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਟ ਨੈਟਵਰਕ ਰਿਚਮੰਡ ਸਾਊਥ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਟਿਡ ਲਾਈਫ ਅਤੇ ਹੈਲਥ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ਰ ਕੁਲਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਵਿੱਤੀ ਕਾਮਯਾਬੀ ਲਈ ਵਚਨਬੱਧ ਹਨ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ Once again, welcome back to the program. In this series where we are talking in English, our basic focus is to understand what is the relevance of religion and what is true religion actually. The kind of fear and ignorance what we have that needs to be shed away and that is only possible if we understand the basic message of Gurbani. Let's listen more from Dr. Harbans Singh Kandola.
Harpreet, as you mentioned, that humans out of the ignorance and fear have created the God of seventh heaven.
Right.
And with the supernatural powers, which has no limitations of the laws of nature or human limitation, and God of miracles, and God that control everything in the whole universe, and this is the God humans worship in the world and seek. This is the God, they seek divine protection, their divine assurance, and divine favor.
Ji.
And they believe that this God hear and answer and fulfill their all prayers. As I mentioned before, society is a reflection of what God or religion they worship.
Ji.
It is all about what it is all about external God, external divine power. Humans always looked outside for salvation and Uparwala, what we call the Uparwala. Now is the 21st century, Harpreet ji. The scientific advances and power of knowledge have discovered and realized that nothing in the universe happen outside cosmic laws. ਕੁਦਰਤ ਦੇ ਰੱਬੀ ਨਿਯਮ ਦੇ against ਕਦੇ ਕੁਛ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ.
Ji.
And find that external, now we are finding that the external God we seek assurance and protection could not stop hurricanes.
Yeah.
We know that, the laws of nature, stop natural calamities, and could not deliver through a prayer of a gift of sun, and cannot cure a cancer or disease, cannot deliver a victory in the election as we pray for, could not raise cannot raise a dead person to alive,
Alive,
because
yeah.
these are all outer purposes. Guru Parsha says, "Hukum andar sabko bahar hukum na koye." Nothing happen outside the will of God, and God cannot break the laws of nature. And when this happens, then I'm not discussing this, Harpreet, as I mentioned, with for the academic reason, intellectual reasons. I am discussing because these belief systems and religious practices, as we mentioned, against the law of nature, has not guided us and helped the world to be more compassionate and more inner peace, happiness, and more among the society, and control evil in the world, and guided us to be more peace and harmony. And world society need to walk through the present belief systems, as we discussed, and find the religious and new scientific new vision and new reality. As the world society, it is shocking and disturbing and insulting, I would say, to the human intelligence when preachers say God is a jealous God, God is angry God, and that disobedience brings immediate punishment or wrath of the God, because we violated some rules organized, created by the organized religion. God killed thousands of people. I was reading God killed thousands of people to teach you a lesson. And this is the God we are worshipping. Right. This is the God we have created, and kills thousands of people to teach you. In today's society, Harpreet, as I mentioned, this is the insult to a human intelligence. And today's society makes a mistake. The parents show love and affection and provide the parental guidance to correct their behavior.
Right.
And then the God of the organized religion seems to have less intelligence to the today's parents. So I think what we are worshipping, no wonder when some people oppress and create atrocities on the others, they blame that we are doing it in the name of the God.
Right.
God. So we are completely misguided. And here, when God, now then the question comes, when God does not intervene and stop human killings, genocide, devastations, human tornadoes and other epidemics, then God is rightly, people start blaming the God.
Right.
Because these belief systems, religion practices, society started to question the existence of God.
Right.
And then the religion and that God that become unraveled and become irrelevant and start to fade away. With scientific advances, as one new discovery that we cannot, now with the scientific advances, RPG, what we discussed, we cannot reconcile human tragedy with benevolent God who has supernatural powers. It is nonsensical, I would say, to explain human tragedy as a deserved punishment. This is the way it is interpreted and explained. And because science had discovered that physical universe operate quite independently of the gods of heaven. So what we are discussing is that that because of these distortions, because of these belief systems, the society is not being guided to be more humane and become a world peace. Unfortunately, Harpreet, due to the fear and ignorance, we still get trapped by the tools of exploitation and manipulation by so-called the priests and protectors, the mullahs, the babas. And we need to understand that nothing in the universe happens, as I say, in violation of the God of violation of the laws of nature.
Right.
We need to be aware that organized religion is not about finding the truth. as I'm not criticizing, we have given examples how this whole truth is being
Right.
distorted, and finding the truth and make us more human. These are all tools of behavior control and manipulation. And Harpreet ji, fear of death,
जी
a reward of heaven, life after death theories have nothing to do with truth. Guide us how to be good human. Everything to do with behavior control and exploitation. Nobody become good out of fear and threat. And it is time we make these changes and philosophies, and we move forward and trying to find the truth
right
out of all this. For that reason, Harpreet ji, I was reading Mahatma Buddha when he saw that people are worshipping all these gods,
Ji.
not guiding the people to be good humans. He completely rejected this
right
and moved forward. He started that he rejected the existence of the external God.
right
And he said, all I'm interested how to be a good human being.
yeah.
Harpreet ji, when the so-called atheists argue that the God does not exist, or God is a delusion, they're not denying the existence of the truth. They are denying the God we were just discussed.
right
This God of supernatural powers, which people seek assurance, but God has not been able to deliver that because nothing happens in the violation of the laws of nature. And that's why it's time, I think, we move forward into the, more search in the truth.
Right.
And God has failed to human. These assumptions and belief systems are so centered, cemented in our human psyche.
yeah
It's very difficult to walk away from these.
right
And I think as we discussed that, the only solution is that more education, discussions and more education, and move forward.
Absolutely, you're right, because right now that's a crisis what we are facing, while we see that more and more religious places are being opened everywhere, but the results are negative because ultimately we are not being able to understand the essence, as you have very rightly said, that what is it, what we're going to get from it and change our thinking and how we can live a better life.
Because of those belief systems,
Right.
which is not guiding people
Yeah.
to be more, become more human, become more inner peace and world peace, and enjoy the life and find the meaning of life, find who they are. That is why people are constantly walking away
That's right.
from the organized religion, the God of heavens, and people are walking away from that. And churches are being closed, and every year the percentage of people
Is going down.
is the whole go to the Gurdwara, the
Right.
temple is going down,
Right.
and more non-believers is just
increasing.
going up. And I don't know what will happen to the Gurdwaras in the next generation
Well,
if we
yes.
continue
The way we
the
are
same
preaching
thing.
the way the same.
Exactly.
So that has to change. We as a community need to sit down and start thinking on those terms, whereas how we can get our children also involved in this, but it should not be based on the things what we have done in the past. We have to come up with a new beginning.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time, and it was a great topic which you touched. We'll continue in our future episodes. Thank you. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਇਹ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਸ ਹੈ 21ਵੀਂ ਸਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਹੈ, ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਆਫ ਗੋਡ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿ 7ਵੇਂ ਅਸਮਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਰੱਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਠਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਆਫਤ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਲੋਕ ਬਲੇਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਉਹ ਰੱਬ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਾਸਮਿਕ ਲਾਜ਼ ਜੋ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪੱਲੇ ਬੰਨ੍ਹ ਲੈਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਾਜ਼ ਆਫ ਨੇਚਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹੀ ਗਵਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ, ਨਾ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਹਸਤੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੈਠੀ ਹੋਈ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਚਲਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਸੋਚ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਤਦ ਹੀ ਆ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੇਕਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਕਰੀਏ, ਆਪ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਟ ਕਰੀਏ, ਆਪ ਪੜ੍ਹੀਏ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਸਮਝ ਨਾਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਬੁੱਧੀ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਫਿਰ ਕੁਝ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਪਰ ਜਦ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂ ਇਹ ਕਰਮ ਕਾਂਡਾਂ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਸ ਕੇ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ 'ਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਸੀ। ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਵੀ ਜੇਕਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰਨਾ 6046037555 ਅਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਈਮੇਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ harpreetsingh@gmail.com। ਲੈਣਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਫਿਰ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਤਦ ਤੱਕ ਗੁੱਡ ਬਾਏ।